Alright, it was obvious the Pacers did not want to play a Game 7 because that sense of urgency was the big difference on the night, and it was showing on both ends, especially defensively. That was as physical as I've seen him, and Nembhard set the tone because he was just harassing Brunson from start to finish, so that made it hard for Brunson to ever get into a rhythm throughout. He was picking up 94, staying body to body, hard denying, and more importantly, he was always chasing over screens because that pursuit was taking away any of Brunson's usual actions. So every time Brunson tried to hunt Turner to exploit his levels, or Tyrese to exploit his hedges, Nembhard kept recovering to get back in front. Even when the Knicks tried to alleviate his pressure by running Spanulis for Brunson to get the rock on the move, it was no different. So in a way, his screen navigation was somewhat saving Turner and Tyrese from having to guard a lot, and his performance was the definition of a lockdown. But so was Siakam's, because he won that matchup against Karl, and whenever Karl tried to go at him, it wasn't working the same way it was against Turner. If anything, even Thomas Bryant was better than Turner at guarding the Knicks' SNRs or DHOs because he was consistently showing off screens compared to Turner being up then dropping, so he was taking away clean looks from deep or drives whenever the Knicks turned that corner, and for that reason alone, it was somewhat a blessing in disguise for Turner to pick up his fourth early in the third. If he didn't, Thomas Bryant wouldn't have had the quarter that he did, and the only one that really won their matchup on the Knicks was Anunoby. But no amount of points from any of them was going to compensate for all the easy ones they kept giving up, because they were being forced into a lot of tough ones, or even worse, a lot of turnovers. So all those and the bricks kept playing right into the Pacers' hands. In the end, they just couldn't guard the Pacers' relentless pace, because they were always getting caught in transition, and the Pacers were always capitalizing with a run out or flowing right into their offense for a quick bucket. It didn't even matter if it was off a miss or a make, because they were always looking to push, outlet, or inbound the rock as fast as possible, and the biggest beneficiary was Siakam, especially on those leakouts. But it wasn't just about him getting behind the defense, because whenever it wasn't set as he brought the rock up, he just used that space as a runway to get downhill with force, so he kept getting to a body bump fade or finish every time, and he was even applying that same inside pressure in the half court. Whenever he was in the post, he was either frying on his ones or drawing two to find the others, and his impact was really showing on both ends, but so was Nembhard's and Thomas Bryant's, because both of them put together that quick 9-0 run that got him clear control of the game in the third. Those two found Tracy from the right corner 3 straight times during that stretch, and those sprays whenever any Pacers player got downhill in transition was just one of the few defensive issues that Knicks had, because there were a couple more that were even worse. First was the countless times a player got caught ball watching, especially Josh Hart, because there were many instances where his man would make a simple face cut that he wasn't prepared for. And second was the countless times they didn't know or messed up their coverages against the Pacers' screening actions, whether it was guard to guard, big to big, or even the traditional guard to big. For some reason, they were rarely on the same page with their reds, and there were times when a player wanted to peel or scram, but the other didn't notice, so there was just a lot of confusion with who's taking who. Those constant breakdowns add up just as much as the constant runouts, and what made it all even worse was the actual coverages they had for Brunson and Karl didn't work, because whenever Tyrese hunted those two, he basically got whatever he wanted every time. When Brunson hedged, that would just put 2 on the rock, but if he didn't or wasn't aggressive with it, that would open up a lane for Tyrese to get downhill, and it really didn't matter what Karl's levels were, because if he dropped, Tyrese ate that space to get to his spots for a bucket or dime, then if he was up, that would just open up the pocket, so he was even easier to exploit. There's a reason why he ran that double drag non-stop in Game 4, and in the fourth of this game, he was basically doing the same thing because he kept bringing one or both of them into the action to dead the series. Just watch the tape.